All right, now the next section of this tune, what are we up to, section 4 now? I think. All right, now this is the melody again, the main melody of the tune, up an octave, all right? So we're gonna be playing pretty much the same thing we did in the lower register, just up on the first and second strings, for the most part, up in this higher register. All right, I'll go ahead and play it, then we'll talk about it. All right, so anyway, something like that, okay? I'll show you the way I played it. On the first string, 11 and 12, slide up to 14, slide up to 16, back down 14, 12, 11, then a slide from 12 down to 9. All right, next what I did was this, slide from 9 back to 7. Next on the second string, 14, slide back to 12. You can use whatever fingers you want for this, it doesn't really matter. Back up to 14, up to 16. Half step bend here. And then a slide back to the 11th fret on the third string. Okay, picking it up from there. Okay, one more time there. A little palm muting here on 11. All right, back to the first string. You hear him do like a little, before he starts the tapping thing. You can throw that in there if you want to. Again, you can play that a bunch of different ways. As long as you have the melody in your head, you can experiment with playing it, you know, like maybe with more notes on the first string, okay? Or just there's many other ways you can do it. You don't have to particularly use those fingerings I just taught you, okay? But you do have to play this next part. There's one way to do that. You do have to do this one in this specific fashion, okay? Now it goes into the two-handed tapping thing, okay? So this is all on the second string, all right? If you're familiar with tapping at all, you probably won't have too much of a problem with this. It's just gonna be a matter of assimilating the notes. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and play it, and then we'll talk about it. Okay, so as you can see, pretty straightforward tapping thing, all right? I use my middle finger to tap so I can hold on to the pick. In the video, Satriani uses his first finger, okay? So however you're used to doing it, whatever's most comfortable for you. Again, we're gonna be tapping with the right hand at the 12th fret of the second string, all right? Now the first note you hear in this sequence is actually the 11th fret on the second string, which is, you know, done using the left hand, okay, conventional. Now you can either generate that note just by tapping the string, you know, you should be able to get a tone out of it, or you can actually generate it by doing this. Trying to do it without the string noise. By using the tapping finger to actually pluck off and just get the momentum going on the second string, okay? But at any rate, that's what I usually do. I think that's easier. So I'll just hammer this with the left hand, 12th fret, open, all right? Now this is based on a triplet rhythm, okay? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, okay? 3-note groupings. That was crap. All right, so I'm just gonna call out the frets that the left hand is going to play. You can use any finger, left hand finger for this, okay? I stick with my middle finger and my first finger for a lot of this, but again, it's up to you. As long as you're playing the right frets, you're fine. Okay, we start off 11, 9, 7, 9, 5, 7, 9, 7, 5, 7, 7. Again, we're going to take this in 4-bar chunks, all right? So what I just actually played there, the first beat I'm sorry, the first bar of this section is actually tied over from the last section, okay? It ends up being, okay, that last 12th fret on the second string note before he does that funky little slide away from it, and then the tapping part comes in, okay? So there's only actually 3 measures of tapping here, okay? So we're starting, one more time, let's go through that much of it. And I'm gonna just call out the left hand numbers, okay? Starting with 11, 9, 7, 9, 5, 7, 9, 7, 5, 7, 7, 7. Okay, those are all notes from the B major scale. Again, back earlier in the lesson, we went right up and down the second string, or up the second string rather, just playing the notes in the B major scale. Okay, it's going to be open, 2nd fret, 4th, 5th, 7th, 9th, 11th, and then again the 12th fret, okay? So we're using all 3 of these dotted frets, so that might help you out a little bit, just to know that we're going to be sticking to these dotted frets here. Not so much the dot at the 3rd fret, okay? But 5, 7, and 9, we are going to be using those frets quite a bit throughout this. So anyway, that's the first 4 bars. Here it is one more time, more to normal speed. Starting with that first note. 1, 2, 3. Okay, now we're going to take the next 4 bars. Okay, I know that a lot of this just seems like random notes, okay, but the next 4 bars and the 4 bars that follow are very similar, okay? It's almost the exact same thing, so that's going to help a little bit when it comes to memorizing this whole thing, all right? Next 4 bars and the following 4 bars are pretty similar, okay? Anyway, it starts out like this. I'm just going to call off the fret numbers again that we're using with the left hand. Right hand's doing the same thing, tapping on the 12th fret of the 2nd string, pulling off to the open string after that, okay? So here we go again, it's 11th fret, 11 again, 9, 7. Now we go 9, 7, 5, 7. Next is 9, 7, 5, 4, and now the 2nd fret, 4 times in a row. Okay, so here that is, a little bit faster than normal speed. 11, 11, 9, 7, 9, 7, 5, 7, 9, 7, 5, 4, 2. Again, you know, really do your best with trying to keep the string noise to a minimum. It's definitely a challenge. It's actually a little bit harder to do the slower you play it. Now I'm going to speed it back up to the normal speed, okay? Okay, now the next 4 bars. Again, it's almost the exact same thing again. The only thing that changes is instead of playing the 2nd fret 4 times in a row at the end, we play the 5th fret 4 times in a row at the end. Okay, that's the only difference between this upcoming 4 bars. So once again, I'm just going to call off the left hand fret numbers for you. Starting with 11, 11, 9, 7, 9, 7, 5, 7, 9, 7, 5, 4, 5. Okay, so here that is more at normal speed. Okay, so now I'm going to put the whole tapping section together, first at a slightly slower tempo and then more at the normal speed, all right? 1, 2, 3, 2, 3. Here it is more at normal speed. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so there it is. Again, it's all 16th notes. The 3-note groupings, so not really triplets. I said they were triplets before. That was wrong. All right, well, like our 16th, a flow of 16th notes grouped in 3s. Now, when you come out of that, after you come out of this last little hammer-on, then it involves the 5th fret, we pull off to that last open string, and then what you have to do after that is this. It comes into this next little 4-bar phrase. So that's another reason I think it's convenient to hold the pick conventionally and do the tapping with the middle finger. So that way your pick is still in pretty much the normal position so you can get into this next lick kind of quickly, okay? Goes up, down, it goes up the neck rather on the first string and the second string. You're gonna be playing 2 notes at a time, okay? Starting here, 2nd fret, sliding up to 4. All right, then we do that again. A little slow and more deliberately this time. So we have this initially 1, 2, 3. And then this from the 7th fret up to the 9th fret. I use my ring finger. And then that again, this time with the 1st finger. Because again, that assists us in getting up into the higher position here. All right, so we have this initially. Okay, then we have 3 more attacks here. Okay, that sounds a little dissonant, you know, with distortion, this particular interval, but that's what he's playing. It's the 9th fret on the 2nd string and the 12th fret on the 1st string. Kind of slides up into it, okay? And then from there, slides up 2 frets. Now this is one of the spots where he uses the bar. He just gives the bar a real subtle dip when he slides from 9 and 12 up to 14 and 11. It sounds really cool. It kind of gives it this effect. And it's kind of imitating it without the bar. But at any rate, for now, we'll just do it like this. And then the last attack is just sliding the 1st finger from 11 up into 12 while maintaining 14 on the 1st string, which gives you the nice perfect 5th interval. So here's that double stop part one more time. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do the last 4 bars of the tapping part, and then we're going to go into that double stop thing, just so you can kind of get an idea of how the transition is supposed to go. 1, 2, 3.